Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to EOSN for Monday Night Baseball. We join you from a beautiful scene here at Safeco Field in the Emerald City, where the #1 ranked Seattle Mariners, top dogs in the AL West, host the #1 team in the AL Central, the Detroit Tigers. The Detroit Tigers and the Seattle Mariners both carry very narrow leads coming into this game. We're talking about a game or maybe even half a game. The Tigers trying to keep the Cleveland Indians at bay, while the Seattle Mariners trying to keep the Houston Astros at bay. Houston trails by half a game, Detroit trails by 1, and both of those games are in action right now. We will have our little ticker up here, and we will update you on those games as time goes on. Getting the ball for Detroit will be Jordan Zimmerman, 5th start of the year. He's 2-0 with an ERA of 3.99. This is his first start against Seattle. My apologies. He'll be opposed by Hiroshi Iwakuma. He's made 16 starts on the year. He's 6-5, 5.23 ERA. His first start against Detroit. Beautiful night, 68 degrees, winds at 5 miles per hour from left to right. Seattle on quite the hot streak right now. They have won 8 of their last 10 as Iwakuma gets ready to deliver the first pitch. Cameron Maven, the leading off hitter for the Detroit Tigers, and we are underway here in the Emerald City. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. So a good start from Iwakuma. Lining up defensively for the Mariners, you have Gutierrez in left, Martin at Leonis Martin at center field, Seth Smith at right field, Kyle Seager at third baseman, Ketel Marte at shortstop, Robinson Cano at second base, Adam Lind at first baseman, and Chris Iannetta doing the catching for Iwakuma. Here comes the pitch. And Iannetta swings in a bad pitch for strike 2. Sorry, Maven. Iannetta does a beautiful job calling it. Here are the standings right now in the NL Central. Oh, let me get that back for you guys. My apologies. Right now in the NL West, San Francisco and Arizona tied. Both of them are in action tonight. The Central, the Cubs lead by 10.5 games over Milwaukee, and the Mets and the Nationals are tied in the East. In the American League, like we mentioned, Seattle has a 1.5 game lead on Houston. They're currently in action, while Cleveland and Detroit are tied at the top of the division, so a big game for Detroit. Iwakuma gets ready for the payoff pitch. Delivers. Ball. That one is going to be high and outside. Iwakuma currently posting an average of 3.13 against as Maven swings and a miss and gets the K. Here comes Jose Iglesias, the shortstop. 279 average, 3 home runs, 34 RBIs. And Iglesias, ground ball. Kyle Seager gets past him into left field for a base hit. Gutierrez will easily just throw that ball in there. And it looks like the Asmus is sending Iglesias. Iglesias slides for second. He's going to be safe, no problem. Gutierrez thought he had a simple play, but for some reason was really slow making it. And our out-of-town scoreboard, currently in the 7th inning, Texas beating the defending champion Toronto Blue Jays 5-0. Here comes Miguel Cabrera. Pretty good year for him, 356 average, 22 home runs and 79 RBIs. Pitch to Cabrera. Cabrera grounds this one. This one along the third base line, picked up by Seager. Seager gets it to land for out number 2.
Number 41.
And here comes Victor Martinez, the designated hitter, currently riding a 7-game hit streak. Pretty good production from him. This is the final game of this series. See if I can bring some box scores up for you. There you go. Final game of this series. Game 1 was won by Seattle, 5-1, and Game 2 won by Seattle, 8-0. This series has not been close. $44 wins and 30 losses for the Tigers. Here comes the pitch to Victor Martinez. Iglesias is starting to move, but it's going to be in at the knees for strike one. Sends him back to second. And the next one to Martinez. High and inside, 1-1. Seattle, on the other hand, has 41 wins and 33 losses. Martinez, this one, liner into center field for a base hit. There goes Iglesias, headed for home. Leonis Martin with the ball. The throw is not going to be in time. And the Tigers go up 1-0 early in this showdown. Here comes J.D. Martinez, the right fielder, 298 average, 5 home runs, 12 RBIs. First pitch below the knees for ball one. And the next one from you, Akima. That's a ball again, 2-0 count. Martinez, ground ball, this one along the third base line. Fair, picked up by Seager, throw to Lynn, in time. And after half an inning, Detroit gets on the board first. It's 1-0. Jordan Zimmerman will take the ball for the Tigers. 3.99 ERA, they're averaging 2.43 against him. Franklin Gutierrez, the left fielder, leads off, 282 average, 16 home runs, 50 RBIs. Comes the first pitch to Gutierrez. Strike one called. Good pitch there by Zimmerman. Detroit Tigers have Justin Upton in left field, Cameron Maben in center field, J.D. Martinez in right field, Nick Castellanos at third baseman, Jose Iglesias at shortstop, Mike Alvarez at second base, and Miguel Cabrera at first, with James McCann receiving for Zimmerman. Next pitch to Gutierrez. In there for the strike two, 0-2. Good start so far by Zimmerman, as the Tigers have already lost this series and has not even been close. Lost last night, 8-0, and gets Gutierrez to go down looking for the first out. Here comes Seth Smith. Smith, first pitch, swings and a miss for strike one. 85-mile-an-hour breaking ball there. Smith currently posting a 329 average, as a ball is on the inside corner, so we'll see if he can finish him off. Smith, this one, line drive, headed for right field. That's going to get down, and Smith is on with the base hit.
Number 22, Robinson.
And here comes Robinson Cano, the second baseman, 291 average, 14 home runs, 37 RBIs this season. One out, and as we check our out-of-town scoreboard, Atlanta is beating Colorado 3-2 in the fourth. Here comes the next pitch to Cano. Curveball, strike one called, 78 miles an hour. Currently, Blue is being very generous to Zimmerman, so it appears. Next one is going to be a curve for ball one. Count 1-1, I believe that is the first ball he's thrown tonight. Next pitch to Cano. Down and away, 2-1. And the pitch to Cano again. Waved and missed. Now we're at 2-2. Zimmerman toes the rubber. Looks in for McCann at the sign. Agrees on a call and delivers the pitch. That one will be just high to load the count, 3-2. And Cano. Fly ball headed for center right field. Maben drifting over to his right. Back to the wall. Goodbye, upper deck. And Robinson Cano puts the Mariners on top, 2-1.
Designated hitter.
And the crowd is going nuts.
Cruz.
And you can bet Cleveland is as well, because as we discussed earlier, Detroit and Cleveland tied at the top of the AL Central. So a win for Cleveland and a loss would be very good. Matter of fact, let's see where Cleveland's at. See if I can find a score for them. Bottom of the second, Cleveland and Oakland, it's 0-0. Corey Kluber on the mound for Cleveland. Graveman on the mound for Oakland. So we will definitely be keeping an eye on that game. Houston currently trailing Kansas City 3-4 at the bottom of the seventh. A home run by Bert Butera put Kansas City on top. All right. First pitch to Nelson Cruz, the big bat that was acquired from Baltimore. 364 average, 27 home runs. Looks at strike one. 7 RBIs. Nelson Cruz currently ranks Hold on 1 second. I had my batting leaders here. Nelson Cruz currently in the top 5 in home runs this season. Here comes the next pitch to him. That one. Down in the ground, 1-1. Beautiful night here in Seattle. The crowd is pretty engaged in this one. And here comes the pitch. Cruz just below the belt for strike 2, make it 2-2. And the next one.
Third baseman.
Swing and a miss, and Zimmerman gets a strikeout. It's his second of the game. Checking our out-of-town scoreboard, Arizona currently leads St. Louis in the fourth. That game pretty important in the NL West as Arizona and San Francisco are tied for the lead there, and we will check on the San Francisco game later. Kyle Seager, the third baseman, will be the next batter for the M's. 320 average, 14 home runs, and the first pitch is going to be a checked swing. McCann appeals to third, and they're saying he didn't go. 42 RBIs for him this season as well. Next pitch to Seager. Ground ball. This one's going to get bobbled by Cabrera. The question is, will he get there in time? No!
First baseman.
And they're scoring it, an error on Miguel Cabrera. And now here comes Adam Lind. The first baseman. First pitch. Foul tips that one away. 242 average. 10 home runs. And this one, ground ball, gets to the pitcher. Zimmerman fires to Cabrera, and that will end the inning. But not before Robinson Cano fires a 2-run shot into center right upper deck to put them up 2-1 after 1. Our out-of-town scoreboard talking about the NL West. Arizona's winning their game. San Francisco in the bottom of the second trails Cincinnati 2-1. So if that holds up, Arizona would then be the leaders of the NL West. But we're also going to be keeping an eye on that Oakland-Cleveland game, because if this score holds up and Cleveland wins that game, Cleveland overshoots the Tigers to become the #1 team in the AL Central. First pitch to Justin Upton will be inside for ball 1. Upton has had time with the Diamondbacks, the Braves, and now the Tigers. 271 average. And Ineta had to jump to keep that one from, as the next pitch is going to be up for ball 3. Next pitch to Upton, who has a 271 average, popped up high. Ineta trying to make a play. Will he do it? No, it goes foul. And the next pitch to Upton. Ground ball. fielded by Marte. Marte fires to Landon, and that's going to do it for out number 1.
Third baseman.
It was just a little dribbler over to shortstop.
Castellanos.
Pretty easy play for the Mariners. Here comes Nick Castellanos. 283 average, 16 home runs, 57 RBIs. Next one, first pitch is going to be an off-speed pitch at the outside corner for strike 1. And Castellanos will take a ball. That one was inside, 1-1. And another ball. Uwakima not getting the calls he wants right now. Uwakima has pitched 99 innings so far this season, 127 hits. Finally gets a strike as he waves at a breaking ball. 2-2. Next pitch to Castellanos.
Catcher.
Worked out as he guessed wrong on that pitch and went down looking. 2 down, and here comes James McCann, the catcher. Not a very good year for him. 141 average, 5 home runs, and 14 RBIs as the first pitch is low for ball 1. And McCann popped that one high. Iannetta fading back to make the play. Will he do it? No, it goes foul. Updating our out-of-town scoreboard, San Francisco has ended the shutout, and now they only trail Cincinnati by 1 with a score of 2-1 in the first. McCann currently a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. McCann, ground ball along the third base line, picked up by Seager. Seager bobbled it. He's not going to make the throw, and McCann gets on, and they're scoring that in E5. Here comes Mike Alves. Second baseman, 226, no home runs, 11 RBIs. Uwakima is not getting a lot of help from his defense. 1 error tonight already. First pitch, strike 1 called. Changeup. Alves. This one, ground ball. Marte at shortstop picks it up. Fires it to Cano at second to get McCann to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the second. Still 2-1 Seattle. Martin, Iannetta, and Marte are the 3 men up for the Mariners. Leonis Martin, center fielder, 275. Batting average, 15 home runs and 39 RBIs. Zimmerman has pitched only 30 innings this season. First pitch is going to be at the outside corner for strike 1. He's allowed 28 hits in 30 innings pitched. Not a great stat line, but this is baseball and you can get hot on any given night. Martin, line drive. This one is going to get down into center field, and he has got a base hit. And here comes Chris Iannetta, 273, the catcher, 7 home runs, 18 RBIs. There's a lot of talk that he could be trade bait come the break. Just so you guys know how the MLB play along trade deadline works, as Iannetta swings and misses at strike 1, is each team, depending on if they're in the playoff hunt, will release. If you're in the playoff hunt, you'll release 3 players into the draft. If you are not in the playoff hunt, you will release 7 players into the draft. And then teams will there'll be a deadline draft, and then that will be how we simulate the trades that happen at the deadline. Castellanos chasing this one foul. Counts 1-2. So that way I don't have control over the trades, but I will be doing an episode where we watch that happen. Iannetta, this one headed for center field. It gets down. No, Maben makes a diving stop to make the catch for the first out. What a catch by Cameron Maben. And now here comes Ketel Marte, the shortstop. 211, no home runs and only 3 RBIs. Marte, first pitch is going to be way outside and high for ball 1. Zimmerman has thrown 28 pitches through pretty much a half inning of work, or an inning of work. Marte, this one, ground ball over to Cabrera. Cabrera kicks over to Iglesias. Iglesias bats on Marte, completes the double play. And that's a way to get out of an inning right there. Out-of-town scoreboard updated in the 5th. Atlanta is beating Colorado 6-2 now. And now we see Cameron Maben, Iglesias, and Cabrera will bat in the third. Maben 0 for 1. Struck out in the first. Here comes the first pitch from Iwakuma. I'm going to get his name right, as this one is driven into deep right field territory. It's foul. So that's just a long strike. Next pitch to Maben. Ground ball. Marte looks like he's going to make the play. He does. Gets it over to Lind, and that's out number 1.
Shortstop, Jose Iglesias.
All right, here comes Iglesias. He's 1 for 1. Grounded a double between third and short in the first. He was the one run that scored, as a curveball will be in there below the belt for strike 1. And the pitch. That will be a check swing. Says he held up. Iannetta will let that go. And it's 1-1. Iglesias. Ground ball. Fielded by Martin as it gets into shallow center field, and Iglesias has a base hit. Here comes Cabrera. Grounded to third in the last one. He's currently riding a 6-game hitting streak. Trying to keep that up. Cabrera, swing and a miss at a 88-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Next one. Another swing and a miss. Another mid-80s fastball that fooled Cabrera. 0-2. 1 down. And that next pitch will be a curveball for ball 1. Iglesias heading for second. Throw to second. Got him! And they get, not only do they get the strikeout, they get the guy trying to steal, so that's a double play. And now we go to the bottom of the third. Score is still 2-1 Seattle. Gutierrez, Smith, and Cano will be the men up. Gutierrez struck out in the first. First pitch is going to be a looking strike. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Beautiful night in Seattle. You can see the beautiful Space Needle from the ballpark, as this one is grounded foul. You can also see just to the next door CenturyLink Field, where we're excited to go this fall for some NFL play along football with those Seattle Seahawks. Count is 1-2. And the pitch to Gutierrez.
Right fielder, set.
Breaking ball, and it's a called strike 3. That's the third strikeout for Jordan Zimmerman tonight. And now here comes Seth Smith. He is 1 for 1. He was the tying run when he grounded a single between first and second, and the next batter, Robinson Cano, would belt a home run, bringing them both home. Here comes the first pitch to Smith. Outside corner for strike 1. Kind of fooled him there. And Smith, this one, high ball into left field. Upton tracking it, makes the catch just shy of the dirt. And now here comes Cano. Cano, 2-run homer to right center, measured .399. His 15th of the season. Let's see what he does here. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Next one, Cano, fly ball. This one headed for shallow right. Martinez runs up, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. So after 3, it's still 1-2 in favor of the Mariners. Updating our out-of-town scoreboard, Washington currently leads Milwaukee 6-5. Victor Martinez, who's 1 for 1, lined a single up the middle, and Iglesias scored. He's the only RBI for the Tigers up to this point. Iwakuma has pitched 39 pitches through 3. Zimmerman has pitched 38. Iwakuma's estimated pitch count only 100. And Zimmerman's pitch count a little bit less, 75. So this will be short nights for both starters, as Iwakuma delivers a curveball and he swings and misses for strike 1. Next pitch, Martinez pops this one high. Iannetta throws off the mask, retreats back, and can't make the play for a foul, so that's going to be strike 2. No balls. Here comes the pitch to Martinez. This one, blooper into right field. Martin fields it, kicks it over to Marte. And that's going to be an easy base hit. Here comes J.D. Martinez. Grounded to third in his first at-bat back in the first inning. Martinez, first pitch, down and outside for ball 1. And joining us in the chat, we have Al, Red Sox fan. Hello, Al. Thanks for stopping by. This is the new way we're doing EOSN. We're using Action PC Sports. I have this game, the football game, which I'm working on and preparing to be ready come opening day of the NFL season, as that pitch will be a swing and a miss for strike 1 on Martinez. And then I also purchased the golf game the other day. We're going to be doing some coverage of a PGA play along. Haven't decided how I'm going to do that, as the ball's thrown by Cano to second. Second goes to first, and that's going to be the double play. So Cano to Marte, Marte to Lind. And now here comes Justin Upton, 0 for 1. Back in the second, he grounded to short. Marte, the shortstop, out in shallow left field. Could be a strategic play here by the Mariners. This is the first pitch. Low and outside for ball 1. Updating our out-of-town scoreboard in the third, Cincinnati now trailing San Francisco 4-2. Us Arizona fans are not happy to hear that. So, next pitch to Upton. Inside corner for strike 1. And he was working fast as Iwakuma delivers another one, but that's off the plate for ball 2. But yeah, Al, we're going to do some PGA play along. Haven't decided if I'm going to do all 4 rounds of that or if I'm going to do just the final round or what. But I just completed my first tournament, and that was a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for some PGA play along starting here very soon. Iwakuma looks at Upton. Now to Ionetta. Ionetta gives a signal. Delivery. Another ball. 2-1. And here comes the pitch. That one, fly ball headed for shallow left field. Gutierrez makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. Over at Wrigley, the Marlins and the Cubs are tied at 4 in the 9th. Our out-of-town scoreboard. And now we have Nelson Cruz, one of the top 5 home run hitters in the MLB play along this season. 27 home runs. Right now he's 0 for 1, striking out in the first inning. First pitch to Cruz. Swing and a miss for strike 1. He was way off balance there. Zimmerman fooled him. Checking in on the chat room, Al Red Sox says, golf game is fun. Yeah, it is. I had a lot of fun with it. And the bird noises are awesome in that game as well. Yeah, it actually, I really like how it adds to the experience. It makes you really feel like you're at a tournament. They do well with the crowd noises, the environmental noises, all that stuff. I do realize I'm going to have to calm down my calling style if I'm going to call a golf tournament. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm actually really looking forward to that. I think I may do that on Wednesday. We'll see. All right. Cruz, 0 for 1. Count is 0-1. Next pitch, ball. Just outside, ball 1. And Zimmerman, at 40 pitches, as he rushes this one, and he gets him to swing and a miss to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the 9th, Kansas City is beating Houston 5-4. Good news for Seattle as they hold a 1.5 game lead currently over Houston. Next pitch to Cruz. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. His 4th strikeout of the game. And here comes Kyle Seager. 0 for 1 tonight. Grounded to first and was safe on an error. First pitch to Seager. Strike 1 called. Zimmerman and Iwakuma, the 2 pitchers tonight. I've not seen a pitch go above 87, as that pitch will be 84 and low for ball 1. And Seager. This one, blooper. Alves picks it up, kicks it over to Cabrera, and that will be
First baseman,
out number 2.
Lind.
Here comes Adam Lind. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to the pitcher in the first. And the first pitch to Lind. Pops that one high. McCann goes back, trying to make the play, and he will! And that will end the inning. So through 4, it's 2-1 in favor of Seattle. What a game we've got going on here in the Emerald City. Nick Castellanos, 0 for 1 in the game so far, struck out in the second. And updating our out-of-town scoreboard, Pittsburgh leads San Diego 2-0. First pitch to Castellanos. Castellanos, this one. High ball, Seager should make the play, and he does for out number 1.
McCann.
And here comes James McCann, the catcher. He's 0 for 1 as well, grounded out to third and was safe on an error back in the second. McCann, first pitch. This one, ground ball right into center field. And Martin makes the layout catch to make the play. 2 pitches and 2 outs for Uwakuma. Here comes Mike Alves. He's 0 for 1, grounded to short, forcing McCann to second. First pitch to Alves. That one will be high for ball 1, 78 mile an hour changeup. Uwakuma steps off the rubber, takes his hat off, wipes the sweat from his brow. Now looks into Iannetta. Iannetta gives a signal. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 count. 87 mile an hour fastball. That's the fastest pitch we've seen tonight. As Uwakuma just wastes no time, delivers again as Alves grounds this one. Fielded by shortstop Marte. Marte kicks it over to first baseman Lind for out number 2. Sorry, out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Zimmerman looks strong. He's has 46 pitches. His estimated pitch count, meaning his limit around, is 75. You can go a little bit over that, but it puts your team in danger. Just so you guys know, I am only controlling the offense. I'm not controlling the defense. I'm making offensive decisions. I'm not controlling when pitchers go, and I'm also using computer base stealing. All right, here comes the pitch to Leonis Martin. 1 for 1 today, as that one will be a strike 1 called. He lined a single to center back in the second. Next pitch to Martin. Cut and miss for an 0-2. Zimmerman trying to make fast work of him. And the pitch. That one will be low and way outside. 1-2. Through 5. Seattle has only allowed 4 hits. Through 4, Detroit has allowed 3 hits. And the next pitch to Martin. Another ball. That was inside. 2-2. Zimmerman looks in. McCann ready to go, and we go. This one is going to be a line drive, but it goes foul. So a long strike to keep it 2-2. Next pitch to Martin. Ball 3, and we have a full count. And McCann runs over, talks to Zimmerman. Try to come up with a plan here. And the pitch. Walked him. And Martin, who is 1 for 1, gets on base. And Martin, not a very strong base stealer. He's stolen 22 bases so far, so it could happen. Here comes Iannetta. He lined out to center in the second. Sorry, my bad. Martin has 22 steals on the season, so he is a threat to steal. First pitch to Iannetta on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Next pitch to Iannetta. Another one. Zimmerman, an 87 mile an hour fastball outside. And Iannetta takes strike 2, a change, 73 miles an hour. 1-2. Next pitch to Zimmerman. Iannetta puts this one foul into the third base bleachers. And we update our out-of-town scoreboard. This game really important, especially to the Tigers, as the Tigers and the Indians are tied atop the AL Central. Cleveland and Oakland tied at 1 at the 5th. Next pitch to Ionetta.
Shortstop.
Swing and a miss, and Zimmerman gets strikeout number 5. Here comes Ketel Marte. Grounded to first and second grounded to a first double play. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to Marte. Ball above the zone. Next pitch to Marte. Pop that one high. McCann throws his mask off. He's going to try to make a play of his own. He might have a chance, and he won't as it goes out of play. And the next pitch to Marte. Marte, ground ball into center field. They're sending, Scott Cervas is sending Leonis Martin to third. Maben with the ball, waiting for the play to happen. The throw, it's going to be close, and he's safe.
Franklin Gutierrez.
And now an insurance run 90 feet away for the Mariners. Out-of-town scoreboard in the 10th inning. Miami and the Cubs are tied. Gutierrez 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts. 1 in the first and 1 in the third. First pitch to Gutierrez. Fly ball headed for left field. Upton makes the catch. Martin tags up, and there he goes. Throw by Upton is not going to happen. And good play there by Gutierrez. Gets the sac fly. Here comes Smith. He's 1 for 2. Last out bat was the third, and he flew out to deep left center. Here comes the pitch. First pitch will be a changeup. Good play by McCann as that one almost got away, and Marte would have been on second. And that one, swing and a miss. 1-1. Smith. Ground ball. This one is headed foul territory. Long strike there. In San Francisco, the Reds now trail the Giants. Well, they continue to trail the Giants 4-2. And Smith. Ground ball. Zimmerman looks like he's going to first. Cabrera picks it up, kicks it over to Zimmerman for the out. And that'll send us to the top of the 6th. Score is 1-3 in favor of the Mariners. Cameron Maben, our next batter. 0 for 2 last time. He grounded to short. Uwakuma has pitched 55 pitches. He's got an estimated pitch count of 100. First pitch to Maben. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, and that's an 88-mile-an-hour fastball, and that is the fastest pitch we have seen tonight. Next pitch to Maben. On the inside corner at the knees for strike 2. Uwakuma not messing around. The pitch. Up at eye level for ball 1. 1-2. In the 5th, Cleveland and Oakland still tied, while Detroit trails Seattle here. Maben. Fly this one. Shallow pop into right field, and that's going to be a base hit for Cameron Maben. Here comes Iglesias. 2 for 2. Last time he grounded a single up the middle. Let's see if he can go again. 283 average. Corners are in. Lind playing by the mound. Seager halfway between home and third. Iglesias. First pitch will be outside. Ball 1. Next pitch. Off the plate inside. Ball 2. And the next one. And we're 3-0. And pitch to Iglesias. And he gets the walk. Smart move by Iglesias.
First baseman.
And now here comes Miguel Cabrera, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded to third in the first, struck out, and Iglesias was caught stealing in the third. That ended their inning. Checking in on the chat room. Al Red Sox fan says, doing a good job, Elon. Thank you very much, Al. I was actually watching some of my first videos and first recordings not too long ago, and I do feel like I've improved. So it makes me excited for the future to see how I can improve from here. Back to the game, Miguel Cabrera gets his first pitch from Iwakuma. That first one is high and tight, ball 1. 89-mile-an-hour fastball, so maybe we'll hit 90 after all from our starters. In the 7th, down in the desert, Arizona whooping the Cardinals 11-1. So it looks like in all likelihood that NL West will remain tied at the top with both the Giants and the Diamondbacks winning. First pitch to Cabrera, or next pitch to Cabrera will be a strike 1 called. Count even at 1. Cabrera. This one, line drive, headed for left field. Gutierrez steps in front of it and makes the catch. And speaking of the Giants, they add another run to their lead in the 5th inning, making it 5-2 at AT&T Park. Here comes Victor Martinez. In the 4th, he singled to right center. Let's see if he can go 3 for 3. First pitch to Martinez. Ball. And the next one. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Iwakuma only has 3 strikeouts today. Not a big strikeout pitcher. And that's going to be fouled off for strike 2. And the next one. Down he goes. Took it looking. And that's strikeout number 4 for the Japanese right-hander. Here comes J.D. Martinez. Right fielder grounded to first. Grounded to first for a second to first double play back in the 4th. 1 out or 2 outs, and that'll do it. Speaking of that NL West, Arizona has added another run in the desert. Now it is 12-1 in favor of the Diamondbacks over the St. Louis Cardinals. First pitch to Martinez. Everyone's moving, and that one will be up around the shoulder for ball 1. Next pitch. Everyone moving again. Strike 1 called. And the next one. This one, ground ball along the third base line. Seager picks it up, fires to Cano, and that'll do it for out number 3. Bottom of the 6th, and it's 1-3 in favor of the Mariners. Looking to extend their AL West lead. They currently hold a 1.5 game lead over the Astros. Zimmerman remains in there. He's probably got about 9 more pitches left. This will probably be the last inning we see him. Robinson Cano will be up first. If you came late to the game, he was the 3rd batter for Seattle. Hit a 2-run homer to right center, measured .399. Made the score 2-1. First pitch to Cano from Zimmerman. High and way outside for ball 1. The next one to Cano. He's waiting for his pitch as he gets in too close for ball 2. Well, Chicago and the Marlins, that game has gone to the 12th inning. Scored still knotted at 4. Friendly confines, they're probably rocking pretty hard there. Cano cuts, gets a piece of it, foul, strike 1. Cano. This one is going headed for shallow center field. It's down on the ground, and Cano 2 for 3 tonight. Here comes Cruz. Waiting for him to go. He's 0 for 2. And his top 5 in home runs in the MLB play-along. First pitch to him. Popped high, McCann. Trying to make a play. And he won't. Pitch number 71 was a foul. 72 from Zimmerman. And Arizona keeps piling it on. It is now 13-1 in the 7th. And that's a ball. Atlanta leads Colorado 6-5 in the 9th. That was a bludgeoning for a minute. It was 6-2. And let's check out what. Let's see. San Francisco leads 2-5. Pence is 3 for 3. Actually, we'll do that at the stretch. That's what we'll do at the stretch, is do a review around the league. Nelson Cruz 1-1. Strike 2 called. 1-2. Cruz is going to have to choke up, and he's going to have to go for it. Nobody down. And the pitch. Ball. Breaking ball. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch to Cruz. This one, ground ball. Gets to Iglesias. Iglesias fires to second. Second over to first to get the double play.
Third baseman, Kyle.
And that will make it 2 outs. Here comes Kyle Seager. He's 0 for 2. Grounded to second in the 4th. Pitch to Seager. First pitch. Inside corner for strike 1. 84 mile an hour. Next pitch by Zimmerman, and he's over his pitch count. This will probably be the last time we see him. Seager puts this along third base line. Castellanos picks it up, kicks it over to Cabrera for out number 3.
Justin Upton.
And now we go to the top of the 7th. Scores 3-1 in favor of Seattle. Upton, Castellano, and McCann, the batters for the Tigers. Iwakuma looks pretty good, so he'll stay in. First pitch to Upton. Away for ball 1. Next one. Late called strike 1, and Iannetta kind of giving some side eye to Blue over there. Checking the chat room, Al Red Sox fan says, nice call on the double play. Why, thank you, Al. This one popped up. Marte calls it, and he's going to get it no problem for out number 1. Hey, Al, while I've got you, are you going to be doing a live commentary or a live call on the McGregor-Mayweather fight this August? Because if that's the case, I'm not even going to order it on pay-per-view. I'll just listen to your call on it, because the one that I watched was the most fun I've had watching slash listening to a boxing call. So if you're going to do that, I definitely know how I'm going to take in that fight. But if not, I'll have to figure out other ways. So Nick Castellanos, 0 for 2 tonight. Popped to third and then struck out in the 2nd. First pitch to Castellanos. In the middle of the plate, and he watched it go right past him. Good changeup from Iwakuma for strike 1. Next pitch. In the dirt and inside for ball 1. Makes the count even at 1. And the next one. Cuts and misses. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Iwakuma looks at Iannetta. Agrees on a sign. Kicks, delivers. Ball. At eye level, just inside. Counts 2-2. I know we weren't going to talk about the out-of-town scoreboard, but check this out. 13 innings, and it's still 4-4, Miami and the Cubs. Next pitch to Castellanos. Down and in. The heater, 87 miles an hour. 3-2 count. Iannetta gives a sign. Iwakuma doesn't like it. Shakes it off. Agrees on something. Here we go. This one, ground pop fly into shallow center field. Castellanos has a single.
James McCann.
And here comes James McCann. And manager Scott Servais for the Mariners probably thinking about pulling Iwakuma here pretty quick. Like I said, I'm not in charge of the pitching changes or the defensive changes. I'm leaving that up to the computer. I'm only controlling the offenses as McCann. Line drive along third base line, but it travels into the stands for strike 1. McCann 0 for 2. Line to center and ground to third and was safe on an error. Next one. Chased a pitch out of the zone. Strike 2. Good pitch by Iwakuma. Next one. McCann. Fly ball into center field. Martin picks it up. Kicks it to Marte. Tries to get him at second going for the double, but he won't. Good dive by McCann, and now the tying run is in scoring position. Oh, my goodness. Castellanos getting a big lead off of the bag at third. 1 out. Alves grounded to short both times. First pitch to him. Just below the belt for strike 1. This could make the game very, very interesting if the Tigers are able to get those 2 runs in. And another ball up and away. 1-1. Iwakuma. No home runs allowed. Only 7 hits. Pitched a 6 1/3. 4 strikeouts, only 1 walk. They're only averaging 280 against him tonight. Alves. This one, ground ball. Pass to Akuma to Cano. Cano trying to decide. They're sending Castellanos home. Cano goes for Lynn. Gets Alves at first, but the run scores, and McCann moves to third. Only 2 down.
Center fielder, Cameron Maben.
Here comes Maben. He's 1 for 3, but he just got his hit, so maybe he's picking up some momentum. Tying run 90 feet away. 29 RBIs for Cameron Maben this season. First pitch from Uwakuma. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Next pitch. Inside for ball 1. And the next one. High and outside, ball 2. And they're issuing the intentional walk. They're letting Maben go.
Pitching for Seattle, number 53, Joaquin Benoit.
Because they're bringing in Joaquin Benoit.
Iglesias.
Currently posting a ERA of 6.55, has a record of 1 win, 0 losses, no saves, has pitched 11 innings, has allowed 10 hits, 2 home runs, and 10 walks, 16 strikeouts. They're averaging .238 against him. This could be a risk. As you can see, only 11 innings pitched, and he's given up 10 hits. A hit here would tie the ball game. First pitch to Iglesias, who has been hot. 2 for 2. Grounded a double between second and third in the first, and then grounded a single in the third, and then walked in the last inning. Pitch to Iglesias. Swing and a miss, strike 1, 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Of course, that replaces the number for the fastest pitch we've seen tonight. Deep breath taken by Iglesias. Iannetta gives the sign. Bignot with the pitch. Iglesias, line drive along the third base line, but it goes foul. 0-2. And the next pitch. And that's a ball just high. 1-2's the count. You could cut the tension with the knife here. And here comes the pitch. And that's just low for ball 2. And the hit. Iglesias, and we have got a full count. Tying run is 90 feet away. 2 outs, 3 balls, 2 strikes. It doesn't get any better than this. The pitch to Iglesias. Got him! Huge strikeout for Bignot. And now we go to stretch. We'll check in on the chat room. Oh, we got a lot to check in. Al Red Sox fan, I'm guessing this is to the idea of him calling the Mayweather-McGregor fight. He says, I might been thinking about it. Okay. And then he says, Elon, there are many downloads on Sports Replays, Field of Dreams. It is a site for picks and things like that. What exactly would you recommend I add to this game off of that site, Al? If you could type in a quick response. All right, we'll check the out-of-town scoreboard. The Battle of New York is getting interesting. Well, actually, it's over. Final score there, the Yankees prevail over the Mets 4-2. Teixeira went 3 for 3. Tanaka gets the win. DeGrom gets the loss. The Red Sox, no surprise there, the hottest offense in the MLB play-along. Good news for you, Mr. Al Red Sox fan. Win against the White Sox, final score 9-4. Abreu went 3 for 4. Sale gets the loss, and Price gets his 9th win of the season. Pretty good numbers from him. Tampa Bay over Minnesota. Archer gets the win. And Kansas City beats Houston 5-4, so gives Seattle a little bit of breathing room. Sip gets the loss, and Soria gets the win. Texas beats the reigning world champion Toronto Blue Jays 5-2. Encarnacion gets his 13th homer. Darvish gets his 8th win, and Happ takes his 2nd loss of the season. And we finally have a final from Chicago. The Miami Marlins beat the Chicago Cubs. Final score 6-4 in 13 innings. Stanton went 3 for 5. Huge game there. Actually, no, that's not the final. That is the top of the 13th. So Miami just did that. So that game is still going on. They lead by 2. Washington comes back and beats Milwaukee. Strasburg gets his 8th win of the season. Atlanta beats Colorado. Arenado went 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Arizona whooping St. Louis in the top of the 8th. Ian Martin gets his 26th homer of the year. That might actually be enough to put him in the conversation with David Ortiz for Home Run King. At the beginning of the night, David Ortiz stood alone as the top home run hitter in Major League Baseball. Cleveland now has a lead over Oakland in the top of the night thanks to a home run by Santana, his 9th of the year. It is 2-1. And then Baltimore is beating Anaheim 3-0 at the bottom of the 8th. Pittsburgh and San Diego are tied at the bottom of the 7th. And at the top of the 7th, San Francisco is leading against Cincinnati 5-3. Pence 4 for 4 so far tonight. Top of the 6th, Philadelphia and Los Angeles are tied. Grandal with his 18th home run. Wood on the mound for the Dodgers. So that completes our out-of-town check. Check in the chat room. All right, checking in with our Red Sox fan. Okay, he says, I like what you have done with uniforms and picks off to the side. Looks good. Yeah, the reason I did that was I like the idea of actually seeing the game as you would actually see it. If you were in the stands, you would see uniforms, and then you would see like the picture of the pitcher and the batters on the Jumbotron. So I kind of like to create as realistic as a stadium experience as possible. So back to the game. Stretch time is over, and we've got Lind, Martin, and Iannetta for the M's. Lind is 0 for 2, and Alex Wilson takes the mound for the Tigers now. A 3 ERA, record of 3 wins, 2 losses, 36 innings pitched, 34 hits allowed, 1 home run, 15 walks, and 37 strikeouts. They're averaging .241 against him. So Detroit may not have the strongest pitching staff this year is what I'm gathering. As Wilson delivers the first pitch high and away for ball 1. Next one to Lind. Cuts and misses for strike 1. And the next one. Outside and high, 2-1. And the next one is going to be strike 2 called to make the count 2-2. 4 pitches from Wilson today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wilson taking over for Zimmerman. Here comes the pitch. And that's another ball. 3-2. Lind. This one. Line drive. And down in center field. And Lind has his first base hit of the night. And here's Leonis Martin. 1 for 1. He has had a good game so far. First pitch to Martin. That one will be a changeup for ball 1. And another. Strike 1 called to tie the count. And next one. Down low for ball 2. And there's another ball. 31. The count. Martin holds. And he fools him with the strike on the inside edge. Beautiful paint job by Wilson. 3-2 the count. And Martin. This one. Ground ball. Past Wilson into center field. And that's 2 hits in a row for the Mariners. Here comes Chris Iannetta. 0 for 2, but he's posting a .267 average. Lind on second. Martin on first. First pitch to Iannetta. Curveball down and in for ball 1. Next one. Ball 2. 2-0. Make it 3-0? No. Swing and a miss. Iannetta thinking he probably shouldn't have swung at that one. He had him right where he wanted him. And now he's got him back where he wants him, as that will be a 3-1 count. Iannetta the pitch. And he draws the walk. Bases loaded.
Shortstop.
And here comes Ketel Marte. 1 for 2 tonight. His one hit was a single back in the 5th, and that was his last at bat. Bases loaded, nobody down. Infield in, outfield deep. Pitch to Marte. At the knees for strike 1. He needs a strikeout here, folks. You can't trade outs for runs at this point if you are the Tigers. You need a strike. You need 2 strikeouts, really. And that one will be just a bit outside for ball 1. Marte. Line drive. This one is down in right field. Lynn scores. Martin's headed for second. He scores. And Iannetta stops at third. A 2-run RBI double for Ketel Marte. And here comes Franklin Gutierrez. 0 for 2. However, he put up a sack into left center his last at bat. Nobody down. Runners on second and third. Iannetta a quarter of the way between home and third. First pitch to Gutierrez. Up and outside for ball 1. Next one. Outside for ball 2. And the next one, swing and a miss. 2-1. And now we're at 2-2, so he's going to have to look to hit. The pitch. Struck him out. Goes down looking, and now here comes Seth Smith. 1 out. Scores 5-2 in favor of Seattle. And the first one is a strike called. 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Alex Wilson. Seth Smith 1 for 3 tonight. Grounded a single back in the first. Next pitch to Smith. Ball 2. And another one. Way outside for ball 3. Smith. Foul tips that one. And it's 3-2, full count. The pitch, Smith. Fly ball, line drive, down into right field. 1-run score. They're sending Marte home. Martinez with the ball in right field. It's going to take one heck of a play to try to get him out. Martinez throws the ball, and it's not going to be in time. And 3-run score in the bottom, 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th. And here comes Cano, who's 2 for 3, including a 2-run shot back in the first. First pitch to Cano. Chased the pitch outside of the zone for strike 1. Next pitch. High and away for strike 2, or for ball 1. Cano, fly ball, right field. Martinez facing off to foul territory, makes the catch across the line and holds Smith at first.
Nelson Cruz.
And here comes Nelson Cruz. 2 down, runner on first. Bottom of the 7th. Cruz, first pitch. Swings and comes up early for strike 1. Fooled him on that one. And another pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And Cruz. Fly ball. Iglesias making the call. Should be caught easily by the shortstop. And he will, and that'll end a 4-run inning. Nick Vincent will now come in to do the duty for Seattle. 3.63 ERA. No wins, 1 loss, no saves, 34 innings pitched, 34 hits allowed, 5 home runs, and 13 walks to 36 strikes. They are averaging .250 against him. And he's got to face Miggy. That is an intimidating idea there. Cabrera digs in, and away we go. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. And the next one. This one, fly ball right into the glove of Robinson Cano for out number 1. Here comes Victor Martinez. He's had a heck of a game. 2 for 3 tonight. He's got a single in the first and a single in the fourth, but he struck out his last at bat. And the next pitch to Martinez. He went after it, but called strike, or gets a swinging strike 1. 95-mile-an-hour ball from Vincent there. And another strike, 96 at the knees. Iannetta gives the sign. They're going to go right after him. But he missed up and in. 1-2. Martinez fouls that one off. And this Seattle crowd is happy with what they have seen here tonight. When they've needed insurance runs, they've got it as Martinez flips it up high. Iannetta going to try to make the catch, but he can't. 1-2. And another ball. 2-2. Whenever Seattle's needed a play, they've made it as Martinez grounds this one right to Cano, who makes a sliding stop, turns over, kicks it over to Lynn for out number 2.
Martinez.
Great play by Robinson Cano. And here comes J.D. Martinez, 0 for 3. He's put the bat on the ball well today, but he hasn't gotten on base. First pitch. Below the zone, ball 1. Next pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And the next one. Pitch from Vincent, up high, ball 2. After the conclusion of the 8th inning, we're going to check in on our out-of-town scoreboard again. Especially going to look at the Cleveland game and the Houston game as Martinez grounds one to Kyle Seager at third. Seager throws it over to Lind, no problem to get the out. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-2 is the score. Kyle Seager will now face Mark Lowe. Lowe with a 5 ERA, 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 save, 27 innings pitched, 31 hits allowed, 6 home runs, 10 walks, 31 strikeouts. I don't think we've seen a reliever come out yet to have more innings pitched than hits allowed, which is a little concerning, especially when you think about both of these teams are in the playoff hunt, as that first pitch will be down and in for ball 1. Seager 0 for 2 tonight as he takes a pitch up the middle for strike 1. And the next pitch to Seager. Ball 2. And Seager. Fly ball, right field. Martinez tracks it, and that is going to be clear for landing in the upper deck in right field here in Seiko Field. Home run number 2 for the Mariners tonight. And Seager gets homer number 15, 369 feet. But the vertical on that one was massive. Here comes Adam Lind, who got his first hit, a single up the middle back in the 7th. 8-2 the score right now. Here comes the pitch to Lind. Fly ball, center field. Maben moving over, trying to make the play, and it's off the wall. Lind gets a stand-up double.
Martin.
And here comes Leonis Martin, 2 for 2. Martin, first pitch. Low for ball 1. And that one will be just off the ground again for ball 2. Martin. Fly ball, right field, deep ball. Martinez tracking it. And we have another one cleared for landing in right field. A 2-run shot for Leonis Martin. And why not? He has been perfect tonight. He is now 3 for 3. What a game by him. And that is 16 on the season for him. Here comes Chris Iannetta. Nobody down. Iannetta. Ball 1. Next one. Ball 2. Next one. At the knees for strike 1. Iannetta holds to make it 31. You could tell he had his mind made up. He was not swinging at that one. Iannetta looks at one below the belt for strike 2. Full count. And he got him. He came back from a 3-1 count to get the strikeout. His first of the night. Here comes Ketel Marte. He started out cold, but he's now 2 for 3 tonight. First pitch to him. A ball. Next one. Another one. Low tiring out as that is 3 straight balls. Holds, and he gets the walk. 4 pitches and a walk.
Left fielder, Franklin Gutierrez.
And here comes Gutierrez. He's struck out 3 times today And Lowe would love nothing more for him to keep that up as the first one is high and inside. Ball 1. Lowe has an estimated pitch count of 20. This is his 19th right here. Fly ball, center left. Maben back to the track, makes the catch. Marte runs back to first, and they're sending him to second. Maben with the throw, and it is not in time.
Right fielder, Seth Smith.
2 down, and here comes Seth Smith. Marte going for third. Everybody moving on whatever happens. Lowe, this is his 21st pitch at an estimated pitch count of 20. This one, ground ball into left field. There goes Marte. They're sending him for home. He should be there, no problem. An RBI single
Second baseman
for Smith, and they're leaving Lowe in there for a little bit longer. Cano, 2 for 4 tonight. He's got a single and a homer. Pitch to Cano. Pop that one high. McCann throws his mask off, retreating back, trying to end the inning, and he will not. 1 strike. And Cano, that's another one off the pitch, off the plate. Lowe really struggling tonight right now. He's allowed 2 homers, I believe, in this inning alone. Cano, fly ball, center field. Maben back to the wall. And he makes the catch right at the track to retire the side. Vincent will stay in there as we go to the top of the 9th. But first, let's check our out-of-town scoreboard, see if there's any updates. And Miami did come out on top of the Cubs 6-4. And let's see what else we got. St. Louis loses big time to Arizona. Final score there is 17-1. Ian Martin is now up to 27 home runs, which means he had a multi-home run game there because it said 26 earlier. And the final score there, Cleveland does beat Oakland 3-1. So it looks like Cleveland, with this loss to Detroit, will stand alone atop the AL Central. See what we can find out about Houston. Oh, that's right. Houston already lost back in the 7th. 5-4. But this is going to bring Seattle's lead up to 2. And Vincent will go in to finish it off. Top of the 9th. 3 outs away from a series sweep of the Detroit Tigers. First game of the series. Won with a final of 5-1 by Seattle. And then last night, Seattle beat them 8-0. Nothing has been close in this series. First pitch to Justin Upton, who's 0 for 3. Struck him out.
Castellanos.
So obviously that wasn't the first pitch. Here comes Castellanos, 1 down. 1 for 3. First pitch. Fly ball, headed for left field. That looks like it could be foul, but Gutierrez gives chase, and it goes over. Next pitch, Castellanos. Fly ball, left field, forget about it. Castellanos puts a home run here at the top of the 9th. Deep, deep left field. That's number 17 for him, 381 feet. Here comes McCann. First pitch. Caught the inside corner for strike 1. Next pitch. A ball. Well, it's not over yet over in LA, but the Dodgers currently lead the Phillies 7-4 in the 8th. So I'm going to say that's pretty much over. McCann, line drive. Ground ball along the third base line. Seager picks it up, kicks it to Lind. And the Mariners are 1 away from a victory. Pittsburgh beats San Diego. Final score 3-2. That's a close game there. Apparently. Here comes Alves. 0 for 3. Grounded to short in the 2nd, grounded to short in the 5th, and grounded to 2nd in the 7th. First pitch to Alves. Curveball, strike 1 called. And the next one. High and inside for ball 1. Next one. Breaking ball, out and away, ball 2. Next one. Just high and outside for ball 3. Alves. Fly ball. Or sorry, ground ball over to Vincent. Vincent over to Lind, and that's going to do it. Final score here. Detroit beats Seattle 11-3, and they complete the sweep.
The final score from Safeco Field: Seattle 11, Detroit 3. Seattle is on a 5-game winning streak. Hisashi Iwakuma is the winner. He is now 7-5 on the season. Jordan Zimmerman picks up the loss. He is now 2-1 on the season. Nick Castellanos hit home run number 17 on the season. Robinson Cano hit number 15.
As you can see right
Tony
there.
Spartan hit number 16. Kyle Seager hit number 15. Time of the game, 3 hours.
As you can see right there, Iwakama goes to 7-5 on the season. Zimmerman takes his first loss of the season, and Cano is the MVP. Well, what a game here from Safeco Field. As we take you to the live stats. As you can see, let's change it from national to both leagues. Here we go. I'm specifically looking at this home run race. Trumbo has 31 runs, 31 home runs, so that's how that happened. All right, so Cleveland now sits atop alone over Detroit, and Seattle now has a 2-game lead on Houston. Hey, Al, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciated it. Al says, love the clear for landing. Well, thank you, Al. And he says, good game, thanks. Well, thank you. And just in case you didn't hear us here, we're going to have a all-star game. I'm going to generate the all-star teams, and that should be fun to do. But before that, we are also going to have a trade deadline special. And what's going to happen is each team will release 5 players. They'll put them into the draft, and that's how we'll do the trade deadline. So I'm going to come up with a little bit more rules for that, but that's all we're going to talk about so far. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to EOSN, and we will see you for our next broadcast. Maybe it'll be for a little golf. Stay tuned later to find out.